Hey, what's up everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tanel, and today, as you can see, I'm giving my final verdict for the ASUS Cerberus Mech RGB keyboard, which is a mechanical keyboard from ASUS and also has some really nice ASUS Aura Sync RGB elements built into it, and of course it does have the N-key rollover technology also. So all in all, a really awesome keyboard, although maybe a little bit too pricey. Although, should you buy it or not, that's what I'm gonna figure out in today's video here, so stick around for my verdict at the end of the video. And let's check this keyboard out. So you like RGB and you like mechanical stuff, and this keyboard caught your eye. Well, of course you wanna know if this keyboard is for you then. Well, for starters, the Cerberus Mech RGB costs at around 140 euros if you can find one. ASUS decided to use Kaihua switches on this keyboard instead of the regular Cherry MX switches. For the reference, there is no real difference between the two. This exact model here has the Kaihua black switches, which are pretty stiff and have no mechanical clicky noise, so they sound more like membrane switches. They performed as well as you would expect, although I am really used to brown switches, so for me the black Kaihuas were way too stiff, but this keyboard can be found with red, blue and brown switches as well. Now the main thing with this keyboard is that it has this matte rubbery coating all over the keyboard. Both the shell and the keys are covered in this material. It's a nice softer touch, but I don't know if I really like it that much on a keyboard's keys. Keys do get a lot of wear and tear over time, and I'm not so sure this rubbery surface will stay intact after a few months of proper use. Although my Corsair K70's armrest has the same material and it has no wear and tear after a year of proper use. And also my Razer Mamba mouse has this rubbery surface. But with the mouse we usually keep our fingers on the buttons at all times, so you are not really rubbing the surface that much in that situation. Now the keyboard also comes with some extra keycaps in bright orange color without any symbols on them. It also comes with a keycap remover that you can use to easily switch out any keys you would like. And one other thing about the orange extra keycaps is that they are all made from plastic. They are not covered in this rubbery material as all the other keys, which is kinda weird. Now, as you noticed from the name already, this is a full RGB keyboard, and using ASUS's own app called ROG Armory, you can play around with the lights in many different ways. Although one very crucial setting is sadly missing from the app, that I guess could be easily added by a future software update: the speed of the colors. Right now it has some pretty neat lighting effects, but you have no control over the speed of the effects, which is odd. Also, comparing it to some other manufacturer keyboards, it has a lot less pre-installed effects in it. The overall design is minimalistic and pretty nice, though I really do not like the top right end of the keyboard, where the smooth surface is suddenly distorted by ugly rectangles and some LEDs that just feel out of place. Instead of Cerberus, it could have maybe read something like ASUS Cerberus. They should have left a nice ASUS logo somewhere. In conclusion then, it's a decent keyboard for those who like this rubbery surface on a keyboard and RGB, but it is held back by a lackluster design and a high price. So my final verdict for the ASUS Cerberus Mech RGB is going to be a 6.5 out of 10. For just about the same price range, you can get a proper Corsair K70 RGB keyboard, which in my opinion is just many times better out of the box. And to be honest, I think the K70 is the best mechanical RGB keyboard ever made.